What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the 562.org. It's Tyler.
And Mike, and this More League Finals video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, and all of our cross-country and track and field coverage this year brought to you by Bryson.
People loving Naples Ribco out at Wilson, Mike, for the More League Track and Field Finals. A lot of field stuff happened on Tuesday, so this is just going to be track today, but we will tap in more with the field athletes at CIF. The rain has given us plenty of hurdles this spring, but perfect weather today. Do you see what I did there?
Yes, I do, Tyler.
Okay,
We're going to start with the girls 4x1, where we do always start. This is an elite race. In the More League, we have got 4 of the top teams in the state with Jordan, Polly, Wilson, and Lakewood. They're all top 20 in the state so far this year, but running really good times. First exchange is clean, but watch as Wilson's Ajane Lucky in the middle. Possible contact and drops the baton. We will return to that later, a little bit of drama. But now a 3-team race with Polly in front of Jordan at the second pass, and that is when the Jackrabbits really opened up their lead on a very nice back curve leg.
Yeah, definitely, Mike, and that's going to set up an exciting anchor here as Polly's Jalen Hunter is going to take the baton, and it's going to be a close race between Jordan and Lakewood for second, but Polly pulls away here, 47-16 to win it. Lakewood in second, Jordan in third. They both finished at 47-90, so very even, and Wilson is still going to advance. They're voted through by the league. Tough to see exactly what happened, but sometimes the baton falls. That's the risk of this relay.
We go to the boys 4x1. Milliken, Jordan, Polly, Wilson, Jackrabbits out quick with the Cal signee Javon Hampton. He's going to come around here and give it to Malachi Dawson, one of the fastest freshmen in the state, and running against one of the fastest anythings in the state. And Jordan Washington from Jordan makes up the ground, not completely eating him up there. A great backstretch race there. Third leg, a couple more football players going hip to hip. That's Jacob Hernandez and Polly's Jaden Robinson.
Yeah, we've seen them go at it in the secondary a little bit, Mike, I would say.
For sure. And then we get to Khalif Johnson for Polly and Daryl Stevens for Jordan going head to head. Johnson's going to edge it out to get the win for Polly at 41-78. Jordan finishes 42-09. Wilson in third at 43-38. All 3 of them going through to the CIF prelims.
Love those relays, a lot of fun, and just a lot of excitement, especially with those football guys. Big muscles running those those relays. As now we get into a little bit of the distance races here, as we got the girls' mile. End of the first lap, the top 3 emerges. Wilson's Natalie Maz against Mejia from Milliken, and those two kind of separate ahead of Polly's Alexa Bryson in third. And on that final lap, it's going to be Nadia Mejia working her way to the front, and she will win it with a PR of 5:12.23. Maz in second, 5:13.32.
We go to the boys 1600. Again, a lot of talent. Rivalry renewed. Our favorite back and forth this year between Milliken's Jason Parra, Polly's Cameron Rome. If you watch our cross-country videos, you already know this has been a lot of fun this year. And sure enough, those two separate themselves up at the top. And on the final lap, an impressive kick from Jason Parra to close it out. He starts fast, but a great finish. Finishes with a PR of 4:12.98. That's top 25 in the country. Roan a PR of 4:15.80. That's top 50 in the country, as 2 of Long Beach's finest continue to absolutely show out this year.
You got to have the camera rolling when those two are competing. Now to the girls 100 hurdles. We got 6 competitors in this race. A good battle in the middle between Polly's Kennedy Reed and Wilson's Kaylin Edwards. Those two right at each other, but it's Edwards who edges at the tape. A California top 10 time of 14:49 to beat Reed at 14:53. Polly's Anise Becker 14:73 in third.
All 3 of them are going to the CIF prelims. We go to the boys 110 hurdles. Wilson's Isaac Lewis, an unfortunate injury scratch, but still 2 Bruins, along with Jacob Hernandez. Hernandez, experienced hurdler, is going to win a close one with a PR of 14:87. But Wilson Sedwiz Dumont II is going through as well. Very important to get that point score through for Jordan.
Yeah, Hernandez, definitely a talented hurdler. We'll see him later in this video. Girls 400, Ajane Lucky. A lot of fast runners in this race, but Lucky in the middle of the track for a reason. The Arizona State-bound senior, comfortably in command. She's got Polly's Jalen Hunter hanging close at the final turn, but we've seen Lucky in this race, and we know down the backstretch she's going to be able to pull away and win by more than 2 seconds. 54.96 is her time. Hunter from Polly is second with a PR 57.09. Jordan's Malaya Hardiman, an impressive 57.33 in lane 7 to take third. Wilson's Brooke Blue, 57.87, but another league title for Lucky. More from her later.
For sure, those top 3 all going through to the prelims. We go to the boys 400, a really fun race here. The junior Zai Ricks in lane 5 really one of the best in the country in the 800, but focusing on the quarter mile here in the postseason. And no surprise to see that superstar out in front in a very competitive race. All Jackrabbits and Bruins. Ricks is going to cruise to a win in a PR 47-14. Wilson's Marcel Francis Mitchell following him up.
Poly freshman Noah Smith also going to come in fourth, but we had 5 runners make through out of this race. We told you it was really quick. Wilson's JT Kramer also got through, as well as J. Ron Harris for Wilson.
We go to the girls 100, 2 runners each from Jordan, Lakewood Poly, and Wilson. Lancers Jaya Jones and Amaya Rice in the middle of the track with Poly's Ariana Smith. And in lane 4, it's Jones pulling ahead for the win in 12:05. Poly Smith 12:16. Rice for Lakewood in 12:29, and Lauren Webster for Wilson in 12:36.
Now to the boys 100, and on the right side of your screen, it's Jordan Washington in lane 3. Poly's got a good duo in Javon Hampton and Malachi Dawson, but J-Dub, this is his race. It's Jordan's race in more ways than one. A 10:36 to win it easily. Hampton 10:77, Dawson's 10:82, Wilson's Drew Johnson 11 flat. More from J-Dub later. He's just so fun to watch, Mike.
For sure, and that was a 10:36 is a real eye-opener at a league meet.
Buddy.
We go to the girls 800, Poly's Camille Lindsay and Wilson's Ishkaret Tirado out in front. The fun battle between the two of them, and in the final 100, Lindsay takes the lead, but Tirado is not going away. A photo finish with the lean and wins by 0.03 of a second. Both of them will be through to the CIF prelims.
Yeah, Bobby Bruin on the case to help Tirado back up after she won that one 2:18.82, beating Lindsay's 2:18.85. So a very exciting finish. And now we go to the boys 800, and this is not the start you want to see. Poly's Cameron Roan, you saw a bit of contact with another runner. He got spiked on his leg and was unable to continue in the race. Certainly would have been one of the favorites. You never like to see one of our guys get hurt like that, Mike.
Absolutely not. And here you've got Lamar Kirk Jr. in front with Marcel Francis Mitchell and JT Kramer of Wilson. It's going to be MFM had the stronger final lap, and he pulls out the win in 1:54.06. Kirk 1:55.07. Kramer 1:57.09. All three through to prelims, along with Roan, voted through by the league.
Now the girls 300 hurdles, Poly and Wilson battling in this race. Kennedy Reed for the Jackrabbits, a top contender with Wilson's Kaylin Edwards, who got out very fast. As you can see her kind of taking this curve and getting out in front for the Bruins on her home track. And Edwards with the lead down the backstretch, but Reed is on her tail, Mike. And she's coming in a hurry, and Edwards is going to try her best to hold her off. But Reed makes the move and gets the comeback win as you see her take the lead right at the final hurdle. 42.99 for Reed, Edwards at 43.37, and 2 others in this race advancing from either school.
Yeah, Anise Becker and Maya Tidwell both going through as well. Impressive stuff from Reed. Tough season last year, really battled back and having a great year this year. Now we go to the boys' race. It's all Wilson and Jordan, no Isaac Lewis, as we mentioned, unfortunately, due to that injury. Daryl Stevens out there for Jordan with his teammate Jacob Hernandez. Panthers fighting through tired legs here. This we always say it every year. I mean, we get exhausted just watching this race. Stevens able to finish off the win in 38.64. Wilson's Ethan Barty second after Hernandez hits the last hurdle and would finish fourth.
Yeah, so obviously a tough break for Hernandez to hit that last hurdle, kind of knocked him down, but J-Town does sweep the boys' hurdles as, like we mentioned, that's a big part of their chances at CIF. In the girls 200, a really fun race here. Lucky going for the 200-400 double, while Jones from Lakewood is going for the sprint double. And you've also got Poly's Jalen Hunter running well in lane 6. Jones is in the lead right here, but Lucky can make up that ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Ajin able to finish strong and pull away 24.54. Jones second, 24.68. Hunter 24.98. PRs for all of them. Through to CIF all three. Ton of qualifiers today in the Moore League.
More J-Dub, Mike. Back to the boys 200. He's looking for the sprint double, but obviously Zy Ricks is going to be right next to him in lane 5. Washington out to a flying start, and everybody is chasing the man in the middle of the track.
Absolutely. He's going to handle his business with a 20.94, a top 10 time in the U.S. But how about a whopping 6 guys from the Moore League qualifying for the CIF prelims next week? Ricks obviously did great, as did Khalif Johnson and Malachi Dawson, who PR'd for Poly. But 6 guys through to prelims. Unbelievable.
You love to see it. The girls 3,200 here. A modest field in this one, and it's going to be Nadia Mejia looking for the distance double. Gets out to an early lead, and the freshman would finish strong. A PR of 11:07.85. 23 seconds better than the field, and she is moving on as we switch to the boys 3,200.
No surprise to see Jason Parra leading what almost looks like a Milliken training season.
A little bit.
As you see that blue back there. Parra triumphant 908. Life's great in the 908, Tyler, especially for Milliken sweeping the 16s and the 32s here at the Moore League Finals.
And now we're suddenly already to our final event of the day, the girls 4x4.
Felt like it took longer than that in person.
You know, it did. We kind of cut out a lot of stuff here. Polly gets the lead after the first leg, but Wilson and Lakewood are right there behind him, fairly close. Wilson pulls ahead in leg two, thanks to Brooke Blue. Then the lead grows with Kaylin Edwards in solid third leg. Now it's Polly's Kennedy Reed going head-to-head with Wilson anchor Ishkaret Tirado, and it's going to be a fun finish here, Mike.
For sure, Tirado able to hold off Reed, but she does make up some ground, and they will both easily get through to CIF. 350.55 for the Bruins, 352.68 for the Jackrabbits. And here we've got two of the top teams in the country with Wilson and Polly in the boys 4x4. A great way to end a wonderful Moore League Finals. They're pulling out in front in this three-team race. They're even at the first pass. They remain even at the second exchange.
Get used to it.
Jordan not too far away. Lamar Kirk and Marcel Francis Mitchell for leg 3. Those are two titans in the 400, and they're going to hand it off to JT Kramer and Zai Ricks, with Jordan Washington looming in third. He's always dangerous.
Right.
So just so much fun. Ricks able to secure it, a kick down the stretch to overtake Kramer and get the win. But man, he can fly. 3:16.05 for Polly, 3:17.08 for Wilson, who will hopefully be able to add Isaac Lewis into this relay later in the season. Lots of fireworks still to come for the Long Beach Tracksters.
Absolutely, and we will see y'all in 2 weeks at Moore Park High School for CIF. You want coverage of that, state, and all other sports going on in Long Beach, you're already in the right spot, the562.org.